I am going to go through one more list, and it is Michael Christensen, whom I brought to the Scottish Nationals and who did quite well. He won 3, lost 2, or was one of them even a draw? So he was doing well for himself over there, considering that he, in tournament play at least, is a relatively new player. He is a friend of Caspar, who has recently joined the WTC group here in Denmark, and is vying for a placement on the Danish national team. And he's a really competitive player. He likes to think of bold action as chess, which is really close to my own heart, right? I am also, I'm not very much of a historical player at all, at least not when we're talking about bold action. But so he is he's like me in that regard. He has brought a 12 order dice list to book, and it is a tank platoon where he has a lot of different tools in it, and I'll go through those tools with you. He starts out with his command vehicle, which is an OT-34. It is a flamer tank, which has a medium anti-tank gun in its turret and then a hull-mounted forward-facing flamer. And that is a problem for the OT tanks, that the flamer is front-facing. So if the enemy moves up beside you, it really has difficulty in getting those shots, right? So you have to be clever about how to place it. But if you are clever, you can basically kill 2 units in one turn, which is just awesome. You can kill a tank with a medium anti-tank gun. That should be possible, +5. And you can flamethrower some infantry and just kill it, murder it. Because you're like hitting D6 +1, and then they take that morale test, and they usually they're gone, right? So, yeah. It lacks radios, though, this command vehicle. So the moral range is only 6 inches. Whereas if you do have a radio network, it's 12, right? So that's an issue, but maybe not that big of an issue. I mean, I run tank platoons and I forget that thing all the time, so it's not much of a problem, really. Then he has a T60 Light Tank, which has a turret-mounted light autocannon with a coaxial. Brilliant light tank, fairly cheap, but only has those two shots, or the coaxial MG. He runs a Darker Steward, pretty standard, LMGs and all the jazz. Regular, of course, and that's basically there to like make split fire, or to concentrate fire and make sure that something dies. Then he has a Katusha. You can see where I'm going, right? He has very many different tools, right? He has a hard OT tank, 9+ armor with flamethrower and stuff. Then he has a automatic cannon. Then he has the Dagger, and then the Katusha with the multi-rocket launcher, right? So he has every single tool in the toolbox just in his tank slots. You can't really concentrate with a Katusha standing there firing multi-rocket launchers at you, and you can't really not, because if you don't concentrate your forces, the Darker Steward and the OT will simply move up against one flank and kill that. Especially since the last tank slot he has taken up is a BA-20. Now the BA-20 is a recce vehicle, it's wheeled, it has 7+ armor, but it has a flamethrower in its turret. That is also very much of a threat. Yes, it's vulnerable, but it has recce and all that. So the biggest threat, I think, for BA-20s is that they might run out, and they often do in the games I've played against them. They often do run out, and then it's just a car which has no weapons. To back all this up, he has 3 units of infantry, an assault engineer with submachine guns, an SMG squad with submachine guns, and anti-tank grenades, both of them 6 men strong. They might have been bigger, but I don't think he has the points. The SMG squad is regular, whereas the assault engineers is veteran. And then he has the free rifle squad. Always take that, right? Because it's Soviets. And that is it. The rest of the squad is used up by a flamethrower team and some transport. Everything in the tank list needs to be able to be transported. And he has 2 trucks and a jeep. So I think I would imagine that he sticks the assault engineers and the SMG squad into one truck. They can tow 12 men, so that fits. Then the free rifle squad, 12 men, into another truck, and then the flamethrower in the jeep. This is a very mobile list. It's a list that is very mobile and that will try to outmaneuver you and try to move in so that it can kill just one part of your army while the other half has moved away because of the Katusha. That is the plan. Right, Michael, let's see if you roll those 6s. Cheers.